Had a 15-point lead in the first. Indiana stormed back to tie it at 32 at the end of the quarter. And then Cleveland built that lead up with a 34-13 second. Indiana 0 of 11 from 3 in that second, 0 of 4 against that zone, and 3 of 11 overall from the floor against the zone. For a Pacers update, let's send things over to Angel Gray.
Well, I was able to catch up with the staff for the Pacers, and I just specifically went to the numbers. He said, well, that's exactly what we have been talking about at halftime. Corey, you mentioned 0 for 11 from 3 in the second quarter because of the zone, but he said these are the numbers that we have been harping to our team. We're 6 for 19, chasing 50-50 balls.
Astonishing in the first half, a 13-2 edge for Cleveland, a 21-4 edge in second chance points. Siakam's shot is just off, and you could see him trying to guide it in that time.
He's starting to think about it, Laura, when you consider a guy that's made so many big shots throughout his career, and the way that he's taking his time and trying to line up, almost aiming those threes. And you can see that he's not playing a bite, and that's exactly what they have done throughout this first half. And now they start out the second half in a similar fashion.
Donovan Mitchell picks up his third personal. Darius Garland had 4 fouls in the first half. Out there, good contest there from Garland on Nesmith. Here is Mitchell. Allen off to Strus. Garland catch fire, making Mitchell on a 3 as Donovan Mitchell has 20 points now. He's 8 for 16 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3. Good sign for Mitchell after he had really struggled from 3 through the first 2 games, was 2 for 18.
But Double R, 2 of those 3 threes are catch and shoot threes. Another catch and shoot opportunity. He's unable to get it to go, but he wasn't getting those shots in the first 2 games. He had to create all of his opportunities off the bounce.
Here's Siakam, the Euro, and the finish.
How about Siakam going 1-on-3 on that possession and getting the bucket still? Barely escaped the hand of Evan Mobley coming in to try to block that shot.
Garland wiggling through traffic. Off to Allen. Allen with the step on Turner slams it down.
And another uncharacteristic turnover by Nembhard. We've seen one from Haliburton in this first half, another one by Nembhard. You don't often see this from the Pacers.
Garland back ironing off. Mitchell another O-board for Cleveland. Mobley working Nembhard. Here's Mobley. Backing him down. And but you have felt his impact in the way he has just created rhythm for this Cavs offense.
And I believe he's taken so much of the pressure off of Donovan Mitchell to have to do everything on the offensive end of the floor. That in itself has been productive for Darius Garland being on the court.
Mitchell with the fading shot clock. Another op. Very quiet night for Tyrese Haliburton. 1 of 6 from the floor.
Out of it. That means that the driving lanes are going to be cut off for Tyrese Haliburton. And that's where he does his best work, when he's playing getting downhill.
Mobley gets downhill and finishes. It's a 24-point Cavs lead, facing a 2-0 series hole.
And it looks as though the Cavs have gone back to their man-to-man defensively, so this is where Haliburton has to be aggressive.
Nembhard can't hit. Nembhard's been terrific in these playoffs, but just 1 of 6 tonight. He had 13 assists in game 2. Garland back ironing off, and a rare defensive rebound from Indiana. Here's Nesmith digging inside and finishing through the contact as Donovan Mitchell. That is a remarkable difference, and you saw those numbers tonight on the offensive glass with a 23-4 edge in second chance points. I mean, just getting back as Strus lays it in. Mobley, Garland, Hunter. Those are 3 of your top 6 players. Those are 2 All-Stars, one of whom's the Defensive Player of the Year, and then also a guy who is a candidate for 6th Man of the Year. Obviously, that's a ridiculous injection of talent.
Dean Wade to go back to their natural positions where they're not having to be relied upon to be starters.
Nesmith buries the 3. Indiana had missed 13 straight 3s before that make. Here's Mitchell in the corner. Connects.
Probably there, but took a fall in the middle of the painted area.
Here's Siakam giving it up. Nesmith Behind the back. Turner lumbering and laying.
Good to see Turner able to make it through. And Thomas Bryant, who's at the scores table to check in for Turner. James Johnson actually was waving him back. Turner with a huge block on the other end. And right now, it's Miles Turner still gimpy, trying to get up and down the floor, but doing the job on both ends.
Haliburton.
Turner's not okay, though. He's going to have to come out of this game right now. He's still struggling, even though he's coming up with block shots and buckets.
Strus turns the corner and hammers it down. Max Strus delivering in game 3 as Mobley soars for the rejection.
And you think you can get it over the top of the defensive player.
The rest of game 3, that is something that obviously would impact.
Gets a bucket and a block shot while dealing with the injury.
He's had a great postseason. Garland, trade rumors year after year, has performed so well at both ends in these playoffs. And he used a phrase that I thought was so great. Said, as a team, we have elite role clarity. And you've seen that from the connectivity and harmony of Indiana in their march into these Eastern Conference semis and a 2-0 lead.
And you see how important it is for each and every one of the Pacers to play their role. Coming into this game, in the 7 playoff games, they have 5 guys averaging 16 or more points, and here's the role of many of them getting out in transition and making play, which they've shown in the last 2 games of the Boston-New York series. And right now for these Cleveland Cavaliers, they want to continue to keep their foot on the gas pedal. They don't want to allow the Pacers to build any momentum here on their home floor.
Indiana on a mini 8-2 run. Jerome and a whistle before.
Of being with this team, how they're leaving everything on the floor as we see him going to the scorer's table to check in now. He's leaving everything for this group and excited about what this particular team can do.
Thank you very much, Angel. See Miles Turner going to the scorer's table. Here's Nembhard, another 3 is good. Indiana showing signs of life in this third, an 11-2 run. Mitchell gets bumped, finishes.
The spike.
Kenny Atkinson always talks about just how elite Donovan Mitchell's fitness, diet, consistency is.
And now Cleveland back to the zone. DeAndre Hunter up front. Of course, an elite defender, but not the difference maker that Evan Mobley is.
This zone forcing them with so much side to side, not able to create the kind of looks they're used to when their offense is in rhythm. As Bryant can't finish, it looked like he might have gotten fouled by Allen.
There was contact on that possession, but when we see it again, we'll notice if Bryant was the one who made the contact as DeAndre Hunter's, there was no call.
Looked like a good no call.
Agree. That would not be popular here, though. I'm glad people in the arena aren't listening to us.
21-point Cavs lead, 6 straight from Cleveland. After Indiana was making a push, Obi Toppin can't get it to drop in. Allen able to muscle the rebound away. His 10th, a double-double for Jared Allen. Here's Mitchell in the corner. Can't hit the 3. And Allen, in the history of basketball, that one-handed, left-handed rebound from Allen to the NBA app. To your point, though, Corey, the way he has worked on the offensive glass, the way Cleveland as a team has worked on the glass all game long, just felt that desperation, that energy.
What's the purpose of that, other than to help Cleveland here on our home floor?
Cleveland lead. Indiana had gotten on an 11-2 run, cut into 15. But Cleveland has responded with a 9-0 run as McConnell ends it there with his jumper. 3:15 to go in the third. Mitchell hops away, dishes out. Mitchell has 27 points in this game. Jerome's shot still has been off. He is 1 of 5. Make it 1 of 6 now. McConnell